This is a tutorial on how to clone an agent site in Platinum to create a website for one of your realtors. To start out, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a brief tutorial on how to add a user. So you're going to log into your office and you're going to go to Platinum User Management and you're going to click Add User. Once you've done that, a pop-up box is going to appear and it's going to ask you for information about that person. You're going to put in a username or email. If you click your site's cert mail, if that option is available, it will actually create an email account for that client. You're going to type in a password, and this password should at least be 8 characters in length, 1 capital letter, and at least 1 number and 1 symbol, such as a period, $sign, %sign, or whatever it might be. Security question. This is you making this for them, so it's not really a very good way to do this unless you have that person sitting next to you and you ask them what they want their security question to be, and they can choose any of these. So what I typically do is, what is the name of the street you grew up on, and I always put in Maine if I'm making it for someone else and I don't have their input on that. Then you're going to fill in their first name and last name. These are required information. You can put in their work phone, mobile phone, pager, fax, address, city, state, everything. You can adjust for daylight savings. You can click this box to show the user in the associates directory. So for instance, if this person is an assistant to you, you may not want them to show up in our associates directory, but if it's a realtor on your team, you may want them to. So you check that box on or off depending on what you want. You can click here to upload the photo of that agent, and it'll take you through a little step-by-step how browse your computer, choose the photo, and then bring you back to the file library where you can choose it and upload it. In addition, over here, once you've filled in this information, you'll be able to click on biography and add the person's biography and also attach their current listings. Once done, you're going to click Add User. It is very important that you make sure you do not check any of these 3 boxes when doing this. If you check any of those 3 boxes, you will be giving them access to the main broker site, not their personal site. After you're done and you've created your user, they should show up right in here based on obviously the alphabet their last name lands on. And so you've created an X-Site user profile. Then you're going to come up here over My Office and you're going to click on X-Site Accounts. This is going to bring you to the area where you get to create them a website. There's a couple of ways to do this. The first one is just to click Create This Site. And once you do that, it's going to create a site based on a subdomain of a la mode. For instance, this one that was created is Realty Executive Southern Oregon -2.agentxsites.com, and typically it will consecutively name the new sites in order like that. After you have created a site, you have the ability to go in and give it a domain name, in which case after it has a domain name, the domain name will replace this subdomain name. But at this time, there is no subdomain name. But the agent will be able to go in and register their own domain name for free. It's included on the silver level, and if they choose later on that they decide they don't want to be with a la mode, they can actually call a la mode, and a la mode will transfer that domain name out and give it to them. So the first way is to click on Create This Site, and it will open up a box and say New Site has been created. This one is right here. It's number 8, so it's Realty Executive Southern Oregon -8. And as you can see over here, it has not been assigned to an agent. There's no agent name. These are previous agents that have already had their sites created. You can click Assign, and once you do that, it's going to give you the options to choose from the user accounts that are in your site or under Platinum User Management. So if you, for instance, let's pretend like Monica Morrow was one I just created her user account. If I click her name, it's going to assign the site to her, and I can send an assignment email, or I can actually send it to the email I have on file for her, or I can send it to an alternative email account, and I actually can edit the email before sending. The email itself is going to give her her login details for her site, her username, her password, and a little bit of instruction and where she can find help if she needs it. So she can learn more about her X-Site at alamode.com. Here is the admin to the site. Here's her username and password and the rest of the information. So if you wanted to edit it, you could edit and save. In this case, we're not going to send this email out to anybody, so I'm just going to cancel it. But once you hit send, it automatically emails it to that agent. Now, the other way to create a site is to choose a site from the site creation template. If you pick one of these sites, let's say I wanted to clone Realty Executive Southern Oregon, the main website, which is this one. This one is actually a platinum site, and if you were using a gold or a platinum, if you were assigning an agent a gold or a platinum site, they could actually use this template, this theme, let's say. Since these are silver sites, this theme will not transfer over. Actually, it will transfer over to a silver site, but the minute the agent goes in to try to change anything, it's going to have errors. So there's plenty of bugs with that. You can try it, but usually doesn't end up very good. So I don't suggest doing that. However, if you create your own silver level site to use as a dummy site, and you go log into that site and you customize it on the silver level with some basic options. Let's say this Realty Executive Southern Oregon 4.agentxsites.com was a site that we wanted to use, and we actually made a dummy site out of it and it looked awesome. It had all the Realty Executive colors in it, and we wanted to use that as the template for all of the agents. We could go in here, we could choose Realty Executive Southern Oregon -4, and we could then click Create This Site and go through the same steps as we did before. That will actually clone this site, and that way you have a template or a control site that you're using that will clone, that you're cloning off of, so it already has a majority of the settings set for the agent for when they log in, like the logo uploaded and the colors picked and maybe the company phone number and information in there. So that stuff will be preset for the agent and makes life a lot easier. And that is the tutorial on how to create an X-Site account and website for one of your agents, and also to create a user account on the Platinum level.